Hey Joakim, welcome back to episode of Is It Worth It? So for today's episode, this cool image right here, and basically what this is a bread knife, and this is from the brand called Hast. So I actually reviewed another knife in the past before, and that one actually works really well, and that was a sharp knife. Alright, so right here I have the knife. Let me show you guys how well it works. So let's say I just want to cut this right here. Alright, so you see how well it works, and I barely put any effort when I actually cut through it as well. But if I do use effort on here, let me show you guys how sharp it can be. Alright, and also if you guys want to thin cut stuff, you definitely can as well. Let me show you guys how thin it can be. Alright, so that's a little quick sample to show you guys how thin it can be when you guys use this knife right here, because it's actually really sharp. This one right here is basically the same thing as that knife in terms of the material that they use on here, which is a matrix powder steel. So it definitely is a high quality steel that they use on here that has a really strong rust resistant on here, but it's actually really sharp and super durable compared to other steel out in the market today. But first thing first, I should open the product to show you guys what the product looks like first. So once we remove it from the wrapper and see in the back right here, they tell you guys the material that's on here, and it's from this brand right here. And if you guys look really carefully, they do have the brand logo here as well, which is pretty cool. But let's open it up. If you can see inside right here, they tell you guys what kind of knife you guys got right here and all the different color options on here as well. So when you guys take it out, you definitely be careful because it's actually really sharp. Alright, so when you guys first open up, you guys can see this is what it looks like inside. So right here, you can see they do provide guys a piece of paper here that basically like a user manual. So when you guys open up, you can see right here, they tell you guys what kind of knife they actually have. So they actually have like chef knife, Santoku knife, bread knife, utility knife, boning knife, paring knife, and the list goes on. And if you see in the back right here, they provide guys information in terms of how to actually use the product and how to maintain as well, such as like cleaning it and actually how to keep the sharpness on here. And then right here, eventually we do have the actual knife itself, which is a bread knife. Let me actually take it out. Alright, so when you guys first take it out, you can see how the product is all nicely wrapped. Let's take off the wrapper first. Alright, so once we take it out, you can see that this is basically what the product looks like. Definitely looks like a high quality product. It actually feels super lightweight as well. Same thing like the actual chef knife that we tested last time as well. And also when you guys listen to the material on here, it definitely sounds like a high quality material that they use on here, since they do use a matrix powder steel on here. But this is basically what the product looks like once you guys take it out. You can see it definitely looks really nice and really sharp in the bottom part right here, especially this part here as well. If you can see, the overall design of the knife is all black design or titanium black. They do have this available in other colors as well, like the all silver or all gold, and the list goes on. I went with the titanium black because it actually looks really nice. If you can see, it actually looks very clean. And if you guys look very carefully right here, they do have the logo as well. And also right next to the actual logo right there, they do tell you guys what kind of steel they use, which is a matrix powder steel. And when you guys look at the bottom part of this knife right here, it's actually really sharp right here. So you definitely do not want to put your hand right there when you guys actually use it. Just to show you guys how sharp it is. If you guys look at it from this angle right here, it's definitely really sharp. But like I mentioned, this is a bread knife. So you probably want to use it to actually cut like bread or whatever. And also the way how they designed this knife right here, it actually has a really good edge retention as well. But definitely when you guys look at the design of the knife right here, it definitely looks like a clean design on here. And in terms of the handle part here, it definitely gives you guys very good grip as well when you guys actually use it. But this is basically what the knife looks like on this side. If you flip it to the other side, this is what it looks like on this side right here. So definitely the other side looks a lot nicer because it has the brand logo on there, but it still looks pretty nice on this side as well. If you guys look really carefully right here, they do have a round heel design here as well. And right here, eventually they do have a smooth transition here as well, which is pretty nice. And they also mentioned the way how to design this knife right here is bolsterless as well, which is pretty nice. But that is basically everything that's on the part right here. Let me actually go test this out to show you guys how it works and what actually works. And then we'll come back and talk more about the product in a second. Alright, so right here I have the bread knife. So obviously this is meant for like cutting bread or whatever, but I wanted to actually cut something on here to show you guys how it works and when actually works first. So I'm actually wash this before I actually use it. Alright, so I just finished washing the knife. Let me just test it out to see how it works. Alright, so definitely see how sharp the knife is on here even when we're not cutting bread. So if you guys are planning to use this for like cutting bread, it actually works a lot better. But even if you guys use it to cut tomatoes on here, eventually it definitely works pretty well. And this is me barely using any strength on here. If I do use a little bit of strength on here, you can see how much more effective it is. Let me actually do it one more time. Alright, so you definitely see how sharp the knife is on here, especially since it is a bread knife. You guys are definitely not limited to just cutting bread on here. If you guys want to use it to cut like tomatoes on here, you definitely can as well. If you can see. Alright, welcome back guys. So now that it's a quick test, I probably definitely see that she does work and she works quite well. So obviously for this knife, like I mentioned, it is a bread knife. So you definitely want to use it to actually cut like bread or crust or whatever. Basically any product that's like hard like a bread, you definitely want to use this knife in that situation. So if you guys are working in like a restaurant or bakery and you guys have to cut bread every single day or every single hour or even every single minute, definitely using this knife is actually really convenient in that situation. But definitely this is designed for people to use it for like cutting bread or whatever, which is pretty cool. But that is basically everything that's on the product. Now to come unboxing and testing the product, now to answer the question of whether or not it's actually worth it or not. So for this product, I would definitely have to say that it is pretty worth it if you guys want one and need one of these. Especially like I mentioned, if you guys work in a restaurant or a bakery and you guys have to cut like bread or even meat, then I would definitely have to say that this is actually really worth it. But then obviously for those of you guys who don't want or don't need one or have to one of these, then obviously don't buy one and save your money for something else actually do need. So that's basically everything for this video itself. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button in the bottom. That will definitely help this video out, and it will definitely help with the algorithm as well to promote more videos for you guys so you guys can see more of the videos or similar videos as well. But as always, make sure to stay positive, be you, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Is It Worth It? Peace.